501. 501, what's going on? Yo. This seems to be functioning. This is good. I like it when this works. Nice. That works. That's pretty good. Nice. Alright, how's that looking? Yeah, that's looking pretty sweet too. Hey, hey.
Akira The Don.
Go. We're not just back, baby, we're back in space. We are back in the good ship Wave Rider. We picked her up, had her fixed, retooled, and now, once again, we are back in our cosmic voyages. What's up, D-Man? What up, Dirk? What up, Full Killer? What up, Grand Delay? What up, Babuda? What up, Marionette? Beat the like with a big stick. No one knew the stream was here, even though we do the stream at the same time every day. The stream was set for 2 p.m. yesterday. Pretty brilliant. Brilliant work, I gotta say. 501 streams. I still managed to do things like that, eh? Isn't that great? Matthew Morgan, Akira, how much does the success of previous songs influence you? Wow, we're straight in with the big questions. E.g., do you try to make more Jocko songs since they're so popular? Well, one, I don't try to do anything. I do. And on that one, bear in mind, there was a gap of when did the Jocko album come out? The first one, was it 2019 or was it 2018? 2018 or 2019, and then another one didn't come out until 2022, was it, or 23? When did Get Some come out? Was it last year or the year before? 22. So there was like a big gap, and in that big gap, people were saying every day, Akira The Don, more Jocko, Akira The Don, more Jocko, Akira The Don, more Jocko, Akira The Don, more Jocko. They were saying it every day. But I didn't make more Jocko. And you know why I didn't make more Jocko? I did not make more Jocko because I had not yet earned the right to make more Jocko music, because I had not yet fully imbued the teachings, the wisdom that was contained in the first Jocko album. All right? It wasn't until I had done that that I was able to then move on and make more Jocko stuff. And that's one of the ways it works. That's one of the ways it works. So, like, it's no point me making some record that's when I haven't, imbued the previous record, right? Everything has to build upon the previous. And I don't know what you've done in your life, but I know what I've done in my life. So until I've sorted certain things in my life, then, certain records cannot occur. And that's why... that's why there was that gap in the Jocko record. That's why gap in certain Goggins records. We've had a few new Goggins songs over the past year or so, so that should give you some clues. And as far as more Jocko, it's not like Jocko doesn't have a massive wealth of useful lessons. So you should expect more Jocko. But anyway, to answer the question, the success of previous songs doesn't influence a huge amount. I wouldn't say it doesn't influence at all, because obviously you are influenced by things, and certainly if people like a thing, that encourages you to do more of a kind of a thing. That does happen. But if it was just that, I'd have done another Jocko album in 2019, another two in 2020, and so on and so forth, right? They're very easy to do, as in they just flow. And I have a sound, I've got locked in on a sound for Jocko that's a really joyful thing to execute. I really enjoy doing it. And he's got an amazing voice to work with, Matthew Morgan says, thank you for the thoughtful explanation. Yeah, we go straight in. We go straight in. I'm like, yo, we're in a spaceship. And we're like, nope, boom. Straight in with that. But yeah, the success of certain songs, I mean, it's like, but again, I'm my own, you know, you could say I'm my own worst enemy in some ways, because I will go ahead and, you know, make full albums that I know aren't going to be as listened to as others, but it's important to make them. And what I hope, I don't know if hope is the right word, hope seems a bit weak, it is my belief that they will eventually find their audience. This is a long-term project. You know, this isn't no flash in the pan, middle of the mall, like, you know, rug scheme, get rich quick scheme, right? This is the long game. And I make the music to, you know, to be timeless, as in to work across time. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all if some of the least heard records were to suddenly find an audience tomorrow, you know, and then people go, oh, why haven't you done more of this? Why haven't you got 700 Rupert Spira records or whatever it is, you know? So yeah, anyway, thank you for the thoughtful question, Matthew Morgan. Shouts out to Grant Delay, Meaningwave cannot be stopped. It's true. New Barbecue, a brilliant Monday for 501. It's 501. 501. That means it was just 500. 501. Mute Barbecue. AFK reading The Hobbit to the kiddos. We're listening in the background. That's amazing. I did love The Hobbit when I was a little kiddo. Jules Vaughan. Mighty Jules Vaughan says, rumor has it Meaningwave exists. It's true, it do. What's up? D-Man Lightspeed. The God TYR. Yo, what up? Emily Kruger's in the house. Fire Everything's in the house. What up all? Fool Killer's in the house. Says, I just noticed the green screen is back. Let's go. Incremental improvement. What are you talking about? That is the window of my spaceship. The spaceship, the good ship, Wave Rider, that is the window, clearly. I don't know what you're talking about. The screen is not green. It is very clear. You can see all the stars. Look at that. Look, and you can see the window is behind me. See, it is behind. You can see this from the side view. Clearly. Oh, clearly the battery's exhausted. Well, I'm exhausted too. You know, it goes that way. I'll go fix that in a second. Fuck it. Yeah!
People want to know how to stop the laziness, and they want to know how to stop the procrastination. They have some idea in their head, you know, some kind of a vision, what they want to do, but they don't know where to start. And so they say, hey, where do I start? And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? And I have a very simple answer for that. Here and now. Akira. That's it. Go. You want to improve? You want to get better? Go. You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? Where do you start? You start right here. And when do you start? You start right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Boom! You initiate the action aggressively. Go! You want to improve? You want to get better? Go. You want to get on a workout program or clean diet? You want to start a business? Go! You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application? The idea isn't going to execute itself. And the book isn't going to write itself. And the weights out in the gym, they're not going to move themselves. You have to do it. And you have to do it now.
Now.
And that means you gotta stop thinking about it and stop dreaming about it and stop researching every aspect of it and reading all about it and debating the pros and cons of it. Just start doing it. You want to improve? You want to get better? Go. You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? Go. You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application?
Improve. You want to get BETTER, Grand Delay. Meditations Volume 2. Just give us a tease. Well, you're not here on Saturday. Saturday, baby, it was a good day. You know, it was our 500th stream. We were here for 9 hours, bit over that. We went in, it was glorious, you know. We looked back over some previous streams, shed some tears, you know, had some good times, played some dope music, had a full-blown, 360 circumference, like beginning arc, you know, at a beginning, a middle, and an end. It was very cool. And we also had a preview of a track from Meditations Volume 2. And that went down real well. Shouts out if you were there. Let the people know. It was very powerful. People were very moved, and it was a power move by me, right? Because we finished up. We played MeaningWAVE early on in the set. For the last 2 hours, we did like a Saturday night party, right? We went boom, Saturday night, boom, boom. Alec Moran's Saturday was amazing. Yes, it was. But I've been promising to play a track from Meditations, that night, which was inspired by a wave riding individual in the chat called ME. And anyway, I was like, yeah, I'm going to play this Meditations track. And I was like, I'm going to make it very difficult for myself. I was like, is it really as good as I remember? Haven't listened to it for a little bit since I finished it. Pretty sure it's amazing. I am going to challenge myself and play it next to two of the greatest records of all time. Right? I'm going to play it to two of the greatest records of all time from two of the main genres of all time. And therefore, it has to be amazing, because otherwise, if it's not, it will sound whack, because it's next to two great records. If it's not utterly amazing, it will be very obvious. So I did that thing I do sometimes where I play Billy Idol, White Wedding, and then bang in Hip Hop by Dead Prez, right? Which is a powerful combination. Those are two amazing records. Like Hip Hop by Dead Prez is one of the most powerful production jobs. Kanye West co-produced that song. Did you know that? And obviously, Billy Idol, amazing. Was it? No, it was White Wedding. So anyway, played a track from Meditations Volume 2. Next, boom, right next to those, like coming off of those. Spoiler alert, sounded amazing! Boom! I was like, boom! Rah! I was a little on the edge. I was like, pretty sure this is one of the greatest records of all time, so we're going to be okay. But I might have been wrong, and if I was wrong, everyone will know. Bad Buddha! 500 was such an amazing sign to be alive. So sad that I had to tap out early, but I enjoyed every second I was there. Hey, it's Legendary Me. Shouts out to Epictetus, Stoic AF, love the shirt. Thank you very much. You can get out at meaningwave.com. Exclusively at meaningwave.com, meaningwave.com. ¿Por qué? For obvious reasons, to do with happiness being a side effect of meaning and all that. Yeah. Where's my thing coming up? There it is. Hercules is currently going through the website like with a fine-tooth comb, figuring things out ahead of certain incremental updates. Look, it still says Happy New Year. We're really going to fix it. Yeah, if you just like search Epictetus, you will find, there you go, here's the shirt. It's cotton, it's delightful. Do you feel no shame? Shirt. Do you feel no shame in, in all those shameful things that you do? Come now. Meaningwave.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. Hello, Amcast. But anyway, just going back to Grant DeLay's question, Meditations Volume 2, just give us a tease. Well, there was a little tease. It was on Saturday. It was during the 9-hour stream. Typically, YouTube blocked the shit out of it, hit it with a number of worldwide blocks, including one of the worldwide blocks was for playing the Proclaimers 500 Miles. Which I thought was rather rude. We opened and closed with that. They didn't like it. So it got the worldwide block, and we can't mute it because it was too long a video to mute. So if you're a channel member, you can download that. You can download the audio and the video, to enjoy it again. And if you're on Patreon, there's a streaming player, and you can watch it on there. But otherwise, it's yeeted. But it was a great time. Sometimes it's just, you got to be there. You got to be there. You know what I mean? But anyway, Grant DeLay Meditations Volume 2, just give us a tease. Well, all right, I'll play it again today. But not just yet. I'll play it a little later in the set. In the show. I'll play a little later in the show. How about that? Is that cool? Tim Anger, hey Akira, this probably isn't the right place to suggest this. Do you know who the recently deceased philosopher Michael Sugru was, and would you consider making a track of him? I don't know if I do, honestly. Send me something. There's a link in the description. The Send Us Your Ideas link. It's in the link tree. Send us something via that, and I'll check it out. But yeah, I do not know if I was aware of Michael. Go!
You want to improve? You want to get better?
Better.
Go. You want to improve? You want to get better? Take that first step and make it happen. Get after it. And get after it here and now.
No!
Perfect.
Akira The Don. He's got clout.
To spread joy, you have to have it. To impart delight, you have to be more or less delightful. And to be delightful is not some factor of trying to make yourself look delightful.
You
it
have
is to do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. You become thereby delightful to others. It is to do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you.
¿Por qué?
You become thereby delightful to others. That is to say, people who are interesting are people who are interested. Any person, for example, who is constantly thinking about all sorts of other things and other people and so on, because they're fascinating, becomes a fascinating person. But a person who doesn't think about anybody else and who's got very little going on inside their skull is boring. So in other words, your engagement with the external world, the more you are involved, the more your personality is enriched. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. You become thereby delightful to others. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. You become thereby delightful to others. But if you try to enrich your personality,
Smash the like, please.
taking a course in how to win
It's a delightful activity, you'll enjoy it.
or how to be a real person, you'll become Mr. Washout. You'll be like somebody who tried to get a good nutrition by biting his nails, and then the fingers next, and then half an arm gone and so on. You're entirely nourishing yourself with yourself. Now, of course, on a vast scale, the universe does that. It eats itself up. That's why the symbol of the snake swallowing its tail is a very fundamental, archaic symbol of life. But the way it's done is that the snake has in some part of the ring a place where it's not sensitive, called the unconscious, where it doesn't know that what comes to it in the form of food is actually what left it in the form of excrement. That thing is... Don't mention it. After all, as the Lord said at the beginning of the universe, you must draw the line somewhere.
Go!
Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. You become thereby delightful to others. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you.
You become
Thereby delightful to others.
Go! Yeah, baby. What's up, Willink? That 500 stream was on the entire time in my studio as I went about my day. Didn't miss a minute. It was lovely. Yo, I was thinking I should have checked at the time. I was like, who was there all day? I was there all day, obviously. I felt like a lot of you were there all day. Willink was there all day. I'm pretty sure Fool Killer was there all day. Hey, Peyton Vaughn. Leander. Looking majestic, Akira. Hey, thanks. I appreciate the noise. I've been home alone a lot lately. It's nice to hear your voice and the music. What are you doing home alone? Why don't you go see your mum? She'd be lonely too. She'd be missing you. She comes in here being like, oh, no, I'm missing it. She buggered off. Well, anyway, you ain't never going to be alone, though. Not when we're around. Not when the Meaningstream exists. And it exists by Joe. Free State Games. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Jules Warren says, shouts out to Yay. Oh, wait, you're both here. Haha, that's funny. Jules Warren. Peep. Peyton Vaughan. Hey, yo, what's good, ma? Are you cuties? Mother and daughter reunion in the chat. This is the most wholesome stream on planet Earth. Full Killer, I was. Yes, you was. Of course you was. What up, though?
Consummation of grief. I even hear the mountains, the way they laugh, up and down their blue sides, and down in the water, the fish cry, and all the water is their tears. I listen to the water on nights I drink away, and the sadness becomes so great. I hear it in my clock. It becomes knobs upon my dresser. It becomes paper on the floor. It becomes a shoehorn, a laundry ticket. It becomes cigarette smoke climbing a chapel of dark vines. It matters little. Very little love is not so bad. or very little life. Ounce is waiting on wall. I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead. I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead.
Yeah!
I was born for this.
Born.
I was
Make some noise for Charles Bukowski.
down the avenue.
New emojis in the chat for Charles Bukowski.
I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead. Born for this. I was born to hustle roses down
The avenues of the dead.
I was born for this. I was born to hustle roses down the avenues of the dead. Unresponsive God. The fingers reach for the bottle, the pill, the powder. We are born into this sorrowful deadliness. There will be open and unpunished murder in the streets. It will be guns and roving mobs. Land will be useless. Food will become a diminishing return. Nuclear power will be taken over by the many. Explosions will continually shake the earth. Radiated men will eat the flesh of radiated men. The rotting bodies of men and animals will stink in the dark wind. There will be the most beautiful silence never heard. Born out of that, the sun hidden there, awaiting the next chapter.
Oh, wait. Andrew Palmer says, here's a haiku I wrote a few years ago. Meaning wave sustains, and when motivation wanes, discipline remains. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's powerful, baby. Meaning wave sustains, and when motivation wanes, discipline remains. Yo, bravo, you should hang that up. You should get someone to, you know those frames where people stitch a thing? You know what I mean? They like stitch a thing and then they put it in a frame. That's hype. Yeah! Amcast, I feel like in real life Fallout, Meaningwave will be the radio station. Yes, it will. Jules, your lo-fi is a staple during our days, brother. Hey. Thank you. It's an honor to play a little part in the grand story that is your adventure of your life. Your adventure of your life. How's everyone feeling? How y'all doing? Go! Go! It's that go time. We on 5 hours. Ooh, how did that happen? Amazing. We on 501. We're on. This is our 501st stream. I have not thought about or been concerned with or considered the numerology of the streams for a long ass time, but now I'm struck with the weight and the power of that. How many hours is that? You know what I mean? It's a lot of hours. Streams are probably, I don't know. I guess someone might have worked this out at one point. We were doing Twitch as well, but whatever. It's a lot of hours. It's not 10,000 though, is it? Or is it? I don't know, because we've done a lot of long ass streams. I wonder if we're at 10,000 hours of streaming. Yeah, I have no idea. Big Bad Wolf just got to the gym. Hopefully I'll get to still drop some nuke. These are bangers. Only. Captain Virgil, dead babies, that's true. That's true. I've been holding on to this because I do plan on using this for something Meaningwave, or at least sampling it or something. Danny Saber co-produced this, and we've been in touch recently. We've been back in touch recently. Actually, I need to get back to him. He messaged me earlier. Danny Saber, if you don't know, he's a legendary producer. He was part of Black Grape when Black Grape were formed, for example. He's done all sorts of stuff. He did the last Michael Hutchence record. He's done the Rolling Stones and shit. He's a bad motherfucker. Anyway, he wants to do something Meaningwave. This is a fucking great instrumental. Like, the song is great. It's difficult to listen to because it's quite dark. D-Man, that CRT looking classy. Yeah, they're not playing anything right now. Why aren't they playing anything? TVs, what's up with Joe?
Akira.
Hey, way back.
The Don.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
But by this means of effortless effort, the individual changes his policy. And a good example of this method of changing is in the selection of an adequate vocal coach if you intend to take singing lessons. In the, shall we say, robusto style, the principal problem was to open your mouth and bellow. And nearly all, or many, of the older singers
were quite content and happy if they could rattle the chandeliers in the back of the opera house. Then it was gradually discovered that this was the best way to ruin a voice that there was. These voices were damaged, and damaged terribly. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort. Today we know.
Chris Dubendorf, Stoic 2 is a great listen. Nice surprise today, thanks. Hey, Denata. Stoic Wave 2 Memento Mori mixtape dropped today.
That's the best way to learn to vocalize.
I spent so long on that visual.
Reduce effort. Today we know.
It's like,
best way.
It's ridiculous.
To vocalize.
It's a massive file, right? And in order to get that effect, I had to render it and then apply some techniques to it, and then render that, which each render was taking like 24 hours. And then apply something to that, like painting a bit, like now we're gonna have this layer of grain, and now we're gonna do this distortion-y thing, and sort of merge it all together. It took ages, but it came out beautiful. I felt bad though, man, because some people thought that it was Meditations too. There was people, I don't know why they thought it was Meditations too, because it clearly said Stoic Wave 2 Memento Mori, but it did have, you know, Marcus Aurelius busts flanking the central skull and Rose thing.
Best way to learn to vocalize is to
Don't worry, Meditations 2 is soon. We're going to play something from it tonight. Oh my gosh.
Best way to learn.
Oh wait.
Is to reduce.
Charge Up Gaming says, coming here from the God Tier Twitch stream. He sent me over here. Good stuff, man. I like it. Hey, well, shouts out to you. Bienvenidos. Shouts out to the God Tier.
Today we know.
Well, we just got raided from Twitch.
Way to learn to vocalize.
Blue Green Frog, what's up? Says, finally made it. Thanks for keeping the meaning wave rolling. Like Fred Durst at Woodstock 2. That was my addition.
Today we know that the best way to learn.
It's noise to Manly P. Hall.
Is to reduce.
Sway! Literally just finished listening to Stoic Wave Dues.
That the best way to learn.
You smart.
To vocalize is to reduce effort. The principal problem that every singer has to get rid of is his own throat. If he could lose it, he would sing better. Get his mind off of the noise he is making. Relax. And allow the breath to move as it will. And if he controls the breath with a minimum of mental energy, he will produce a pure tone. Well, if he gets behind it and shoves with everything he has, he will develop only a badly pressured, badly trained voice. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce
effort.
Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort.
Same thing in life. Same thing in life.
The purpose of life is to use a minimum amount of energy to attain
Maximum results.
minimum amount of energy.
Maximum results.
Minimum amount of energy.
Maximum results.
Minimum amount of energy.
Maximum results.
Same thing in life. Minimum amount of energy. Maximum result.
the forms of culture that we would say to be necessary or most inclined to foster in the individual, that glowing of the flame.
I think the most accessible form for most people is music. And music, to me, is the most representational form of art, because I think that the world is made out of patterns. And we perceive some patterns as objects, but fundamentally it's patterns. And what you want is all the patterns of the world to interact harmoniously in something where every element is related intelligibly to every other element. And I think that when your life is in harmony, then you can feel that. When you're dancing to beautiful music, you're acting that out. The music is the music of the spheres, and you're participating in the patterning of your being in accordance with that structure, and that gives you an intimation of transcendence. Music is it's not criticizable. That's the thing that's so lovely about it, is even as our society has become more cynical and more self-destructive and more deconstructionist, the power of music has in fact grown. Because it speaks to that eternal harmony. And the reality of that eternal harmony in a way that mere intellect cannot deny. And I mean, I was always amused. I went to this show, the Revels, a punk band from New York. It was the loudest concert I'd ever heard by a good factor of 10. My ears rang for like 3 days afterwards. There were all these like nihilistic punk rockers all crammed into this theater, and below me there was a mosh pit like ants on a frying pan. And they were just smashing into each other, throwing people around up above them, and it was quite rough. And they were all having this beautifully transcendent musical experience which belied all of their nihilism. And they absolutely thrived on it. It was like, and even the lyrics were harsh and nihilistic, but it didn't matter because the music in its rough form was something that united them in the sense of this like patterned beauty and brought them together. And so exposure to music, people die without music. It's like, music is everything. Music is everything.
Godspeed, Roger Scruton. Yo.
Everybody.
Make some noise, MHC.
Is someone else's weirdo. Everybody.
Yeah.
Is someone else's weirdo.
Make some noise if you someone else's weirdo.
Is someone else's weirdo.
Headbutt the like if you someone else's weirdo.
Everybody.
Everybody.
You ever feel to yourself, man, I am so weird. If anybody found out how weird I am, I'd be in trouble. Because, man, I'm so weird. Well, I would like to introduce to you the basket case theory, something I developed when I was a young man to explain what I was witnessing. And it goes like this. If you meet a stranger, could be somebody you want to date, or just somebody you work with, maybe just a friend. When you meet them, don't they seem pretty complete? Have their act together pretty well? Man, that stranger. I wish I could be like that stranger, because that stranger doesn't have anything weird about them. They've got their act together, and on the inside, pretty confident and pretty capable. And then time goes by, and you learn more about your date, or your friend, or your coworker, and suddenly there's a flaw. Oh, I didn't see that on day one, but there does seem to be a flaw, maybe a little weirdness. Day 10, looks like there's more than one flaw. 2 years later, well, I guess everybody's fucked up.
It's true.
That's the basket case theory.
Like you.
Everybody looks good until you get to know them. Once you get to know a human being,
Fucked up just like you.
I guess everybody's fucked up.
It's true.
That's the basket case theory.
Like you.
Everybody looks good until you get to know them. Once you get to know a human being,
Fucked up just like you.
always. Just different kinds of baskets. As soon as you realize that every fucking person is a basket case, you're free. You're free. What is it that bothers you more than anything, as long as you're healthy and you have a job? What bothers you more than anything is what people think of you, or what you think they think of you, or what they might think of you, or how they would treat you if you did this embarrassing thing. They're not better than you. Basket case theory. They're not better than you. They're just people you don't know that well. That's it. There's nothing else to the story. You just don't know them that well. If you did, you wouldn't be impressed. Everybody's fucked up.
It's true.
That's the basket case theory.
Like you.
Everybody looks good until you get to know them. Once you get to know a human being, they're always bad. Well, I guess everybody's fucked up. That's the basket case theory. Everybody looks good until you get to know them. Once you get to know a human being, they're always bad.
Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone looks good. Everyone's fucked up too. Hey yo, shouts out to Jugad. I hope I pronounced that right. Probably did. Pri, the artist of data science. His son says hi. That's so cool. That little artist of data science. What's up? Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum.
Here we are. It's the beginning of another great day. A sunny summer day. It's the best day.
For
you know what?
What?
I'm going to read you a quote from Macdonald. And he says this: the idiot sees the world as good versus evil. The cynic sees the world as evil versus evil. The truth that no one seems to be able to see is that the world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Wow.
Wow.
This is actually really profound. This is the situation we find ourselves in. There are not two sides in which one is good and one is evil. There are two sides in which one feels that it is good and it believes, incorrectly, that the other one is evil. But both sides are pretty sure that their version of the world is the good one. Wow. The world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Versus good. Versus good.
Don't I know it?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Don't I know it?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Don't I know it? Make some noise for Scott Adams and Norm Macdonald there.
And so, as a result of there always being a kind of gap, that's the gap, you know, like where the electric spark jumps. That's the thing behind your head, behind your eyes.
Yo, have you smacked that like button yet?
That's the gap. And because
Have you done your juicy with regards to smacking that thing?
circle doesn't just
Hey, nice to see some bananas in the chat for Norm there, very nice.
round and round like a boring thing. It
Yeah,
has,
you like bananas because they was yellow.
I say,
Well, you just like them, they're yellow, not even because.
no rhythm,
Just you like them, they're yellow.
wrong sound. After a while we say, oh, cut it out. Or we just become insensitive to it. What we want to hear is the break in it, you see. And we want to hear it go on, and vanish, and come back again, and so on. And it sets up a rhythm. That becomes interesting. That's putting gaps between. See? You need those gaps.
You need those gaps.
You need those gaps. See?
I always used to say that.
You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. And behind that was another rhythm doing a rhythm. So now you see it, now you don't, now you see it.
No, you don't.
Oh, that's pretty dull. So now you see it, now you don't, now you see it, now you don't. Oh, that's pretty dull. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to have you see it 3 times, and then with a regular not see it between you. Then there's going to be a longer not see it after that one. And then I'm going to do something very complicated after that so that you don't really know when it's going to come next. So there's going to be a surprise. You know how we all do that? You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. And behind that is another rhythm doing a rhythm. And interesting people are those who do this in very involved ways. Dull people, sort of people who put their hats on absolutely straight, are the kind of people, for example, who have the same meal every day, exactly the same thing.
Like me.
See?
Wait a minute.
Inventiveness.
Right.
They have the same routine, they go to the same office, they answer the same kind of letters from that stuff. See? But then if they want to start up a more interesting kind of business and make more money, they take the people who make clothes. They figure out fashion. It's going to be a new thing for ladies, a new style. We're going to make them do long skirts instead of the short skirts. Like this. Then finally they thought about having topless women. They're going to play around with that and have an absolutely scandalous ball. But that's the whole thing, you see. It's this thing of rhythm. And yes, you ask, well, I see that. What is doing this rhythm? Who after all am I? And as you explore deeper and deeper and deeper into the nature of yourself,
what happens?
You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm doing.
Rhythm doing a rhythm doing a.
Rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. And behind that was another rhythm doing a rhythm. Your vibration and who is doing all this? And
who's doing all this?
He disappeared around very well. We were looking for him and he vanished. And who is doing it? And who is doing it? Why he disappeared on the very one we were looking for him and he vanished.
Who's doing all this? Alec Moran, what's up, baby? I'm a rhythm, you're a rhythm, he, she, we are a rhythm. Stay wavy, baby, exactly. Amcast, I'm hearing most of these songs for the first time, and I need time to process the information. Hey, you got all the time in the world, baby, don't you worry about it. Jules Warren smacked and shared, thank you very much. Big Bad Wolf, if your routine is healthy, nothing wrong with an epic routine. Quite. Quite. I wake up, I eat 4 raw eggs. I stream I do the same shit every day, baby. But within that, you see, I'll be streaming every day, right? We're here every day. Is it the same stream every day? No. We have adventures, we have excitement. We're going to hear a song from Meditations Volume 2 in a bit, and you're all going to shit yourselves. The bit you said about gaps, I love that shit. When I was first rapping, I used to say, it's not about the raps, it's about the gaps in the raps. At that point, this was like 2000 when I was first learning to rap like with gusto, you know? And a lot of people were on that lyrical miracle, iggity biggity tip at that point. You know what I mean? In New York, it was like the post Big Pun. A lot of the underground and stuff were trying to fit as many syllables as they could into a line, right? And in the UK, it was like pre-grime, and it was kind of like post drum and bass and mid garage. So it was a lot of agada bigada agada bigada agada bigada bagada bush. So it was like a lot of just like constant. I was like, I'd noticed that some of the most flavory shit was when people gave it a break. You know what I mean? So I used to say it ain't about the raps, it's about the gaps in the raps. And other rappers get annoyed with me. But of course I was proven correct. Mason, hold on. What kind of eggs? Same style every day? Never egg burrito? Gotta have egg burrito. Nah, man, I take 4 eggs, I crack them into a glass. That's that. Takes like, I gotta time it actually. It's gotta be under 2, it's gotta be under a minute. I have a whole system. I put a glass there to crack them into, and I put a little cup there to put the eggshells into, and I stack them. 1, 2, 2. Put it down. I gotta time it. I gotta make a video. Angie Pullman says, JVP says the things you do every day are the most important things. Yes, they are. That's your life. That's what your life's made up of. I was talking to my son the other day. He was reminiscing about certain epic moments. He's like, you ever had any epic gamer moments, Dad? I was like, yeah, you know. He mean epic gamer moments, and it's like just an epic moment in life, right? I told him about some epic moments. He was telling me about epic moments. Well, some of his epic moments was like watching a sunset. Or watching a sunset in Pokemon while being at the gym. Or like going for a walk with his nan. And he goes to me, he looks up and he goes, Daddy, he goes, that's what life is, isn't it, Daddy? It's just lots of lovely moments. And it's my mission, he goes, it's my mission to collect as many of those lovely moments as possible. Shit, you're right, son. And you know, I've been collecting so many beautiful moments with that boy. You know, and I remember so many of them. I know there's ones I don't remember as well, and that pains me, but like, you only have so much room for being aware. That's what life is, right? That's what life is made up of.
And then just when we weren't looking for him again, there he is. But every time we try to see, he isn't there. How do you see that? That situation is what's called life.
Alan Watts there from the Well of Life 2 album. Rhythm doing the rhythm. Bring it in now to Paul Harvey.
If I were the devil. If I were the devil.
If I were the Prince of Darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. Leave. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve. Do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old, I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves. Until each in its turn was consumed, and with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flame. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions, just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who want it until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. What'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, well, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. If I were the devil, I'd just keep doing what he's doing. If I were the devil, if I were the devil, I'd just keep doing what he's doing. If I were the devil, if I were the devil, I'd just keep doing what he's doing. If I were the devil, support Harvey, MEANINGWAVE, autonomous zone. What an absolute lay-end out. That Buddha! Put on your iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. Congratulations. Exactly. That's what we do every day. We wake up. Iron shirt on. Yeet that devil. With our every action. We just be out here yeeting devil. Yeet your devil here, yeet your devil there. You know what I mean? Soon enough, devil nowhere. Everybody say yeah. Soon devil beware. Devil beware. There's a way right in there, yeah. We're gonna get yeeted! There will be yeet! Big Bad Wolf, my parents raised me on Harvey. Now I have nostalgia for these tracks. That's dope. Mine did not, you know, we didn't have him over in the USA. I didn't discover him till like maybe 2018 or something. Maybe a bit before then. It's one of them, I'd heard his voice, you know what I mean, but truly discovered him relatively recent, you know what I mean? Man like Mason, I procured that velvet Fear is the Mind Killer shirt earlier, excited.
So, you telling me... Are you telling me for real you went to meaningwave.com because happiness is a side effect of meaning? And you went to the collection section and you navigated to the Dune Wave section? No way. And then you had a look around and you went, oh, hey, sauce. So much sauce. And then you went, oh, look at that. Dune Wave. Fear is the Mind Killer. Velvet Tea. Holy shit. I mean, you know, what's mad to me is you can get that in 3XL. That'd be like a duvet. That'd be like a blanket. Like Ned Stark and Catelyn could like cozy up underneath that for the whole of winter. That's crazy. Meaningwave.com. Happiness is a side effect of meaning. Sexy time. How are you enjoying being in space? How does it compare to the dark? We were in the dark for 2 months. It was pretty cool. I always wanted to be in the dark. I remember seeing Pogo do a live show on a live stream once, and he was just in the dark. I thought, wow, that's really cool. He was in the dark, and he had the chat next to him just rolling away. I thought, that's really cool, you know? Shouts out to Pogo. And then I found myself in the dark, and it wasn't a deliberate creation of the dark. It was just due to the nature of the studio and the lights that I happen to have. They created that situation. I thought, wow, be careful what you wish for. You know what I mean? Mike Can says, +1 for a Dune-themed emoji. Oh yeah, we got so many new members on Saturday. I think we've unlocked a new emoji at least. Let me have a look in the back end, so to speak. Let me have a look in the back end. That's what who said. I said that. It was me. Don't you worry about a thing. Let me see. View your channel. I'm looking in the back end now. That's what I'm doing. I'm going into my to my channel. Oh, I don't have. It says you don't have permission to view this page. What the fuck are you talking about? Why the bloody hell not? It's my account. Are you gonna be playing? Are you playing silly buggers with me today? Switch account? You don't have. It's not letting me. Let me in my channel. It's my channel. It's mine. It's terrible. View your channel. Try again. Try again. But I'm pretty sure we've got a new one. Let me in. It's letting me in now. I'm now able to find out. Jason's not with us tonight. He's with the detectives. He's hanging out with detectives. So I have to find out these things myself. Isn't that terrible? Aren't you all very sad? For me. Memberships. There you go. Memberships. Membership. Default perks. Default perks. Emoji. And then we look at the back here. Get after it. Add another emoji. We've got another emoji. And another emoji. And another emoji. Holy shit, we got 3. We got so many new members on Saturday. We've unlocked 3 emoji slots. Chris Doombador said, need permission to look at the back end. Well, it's 2024. Mike Can says you need consent. Yes. Anyway, we got 4 new emoji slots have opened up in the back end. All right, 3. Sorry, 3. I don't know. I'm saying 4. 3 emoji slots have opened in the back end. That's good. So we can make 3 new emojis. What shall they be? Oh my goodness. Well, we haven't done the international high five. So that's perfect, isn't it? Tell me where you are and what emoji would you like to have access to slotted into the back end, so to speak. Someone suggested a wealth one. I like the idea of a wealth one for every time we go. Wealth. Wealth. Muy importante. It's a trap. They push you in. It's a trap. Chad Comstar, wealth, Dune Wave. A Dune Wave emoji and etc. I had to move it. I can't see the bottom comment ever, because see this little heart thing at the bottom right? That little heart thing is always in the way. It's a design flaw. Sagittarius wants a Terrence one. And he wants Rain in LA, wants Come Back. That was me in a yellow Mac. And he wants Naval. Bad Buddha 93 in New South Wales, New South Wales, Australia's wants an Uncle Terrence emoji. 2 votes for Terrence. Dirk from Texas, is Jason okay? Yes, he is. He's good. He's good. He's defended. He's defending his property. He'll tell you about it tomorrow, maybe. You ask him nicely. Say, what were you up to? Caroline H. Yay emojis. Yay. Yeah, yeet that like button, someone said. Good point. We got nearly 200 likes on Saturday. Not 500. I wanted 500. But it was very nice to have nearly 200. That's a good amount. Walking Mall Poet, somewhere in Pennsylvania on an interstate, and Gary V. Shecky. Wealth. A.K.A. Wealth. Terrence. Meaningwave with fire. Meaningwave with fire? You mean, so what, like a Meaningwave logo with fire behind it? You mean that? That could be useful. Sheila, Nashville, Wealth. And Dune Wave. What would a Dune Wave one be? Mike Can, Alberta, Naval, Dune, Great Day Woo. Great Day Woo one. Great Day Woo! Yeah, Great Day Woo is good. So a lot of people want Terrence. A lot of people want Wealth. We've got numerous Dunes. We've got a couple of Gary V's. Like Meaningwave with fire. Caroline H, a wave of fire. Good Lord. That's a powerful image, Caroline H, a wave of fire. Amanda Dance, a grain of sand, 1 pixel. Very nice. Sheila, I got the Great Day Woo hoodie. I love it. Woo. Yeah, me too. Austin wants a Scott Adams one. That's fair. A lot of these are ones that we used to have. And, you know, they got removed to make way for new ones. It's pretty rude. We should, you know. But we got 3. We got 3. So let's see. Sway, I got all those quarantine streams saved on my PC. Glorious! Yeah, you smart. You smart, so you already know what to do. Back it up. Peyton. 3, 2, 1. Cinco, alto, cinco. Bring, 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 ding, ding, ding. More Paul Harvey in the place. More.
See, ours is not the first by George good government to arise on the world stage.
Dirk Texas bobblehead emoji.
Rome, Spain, and Greece, and China, and each enjoyed about 150 years at its zenith. That's just about our time in the New World. And then each decayed away.
New track from Meditations coming up.
Destroyed by anybody else's marching legion.
Smash that like. Punch the like. Wait, who said smash?
Economic.
Smash. Oh yeah, that guy.
Cruel paradoxes of history is this. Was a good government. When it bore bountiful fruit, the people got fat.
When they got fat, they got lazy.
When they got lazy, they began to absolve themselves of personal responsibility and turn over to government to do for them things which traditionally they had been doing for themselves. First, there appears to be nothing wrong asking government to perform some extra service for you, but if you ask government for extra services, government, in order to perform its increasing function, has to get bigger, right? And as government gets bigger, in order to support its increasing size, it has to what? Tax the individual more, so the individual gets littler. And to collect the increased taxes requires more tax collectors.
collectors, so the government gets bigger. In order to pay the additional tax collectors, it has to tax the individual more, so the government gets bigger. The individual gets littler. And the government gets bigger. The individual gets littler. So the government is all powerful. The individual is hardly anything but good government. When it brought out of fruit, the people got fat.
And when they got fat, they got lazy.
When they got lazy,
they began to wonder what's up themselves and pass the responsibility to tell the government to do for good. Things which traditionally they have been doing for themselves.
The need is for a vigorous, strong man to arise on the scene, to regulate and regiment.
Regulators!
Yet history tells us there have been several such. Once upon a time, there was a nation great and powerful and good. She was suffering from the aftermath of war, from the depression. Then came upon the scene a leader, an idealist, self-confident, intolerant of criticism. Wisely, he limited his early activities to combating the financial depression. Nobody could argue with that. But in a while, he began to regulate business and establish new rules to govern commerce and finance. Some of them in diametrical disagreement with the God-made laws of supply and demand. But anybody who disagreed with those new rules was promptly fired. The new leader saw that under the old system of free enterprise, landlords prospered, so he levied new taxes to take away their profits and destroy what he called the monopoly of capital. To please laborers, he controlled prices. To win the favor of the farmers, he gave them loans and subsidies. The national debt mounted alarmingly. Whenever anybody tried to tell him that governments, even as people, can go broke when they spend beyond their income, he said they just didn't understand deficit finance. What do you say? Did he build on rock or on sand? See, this was the story of Emperor Su-Tong-Po, who led China to its doom more than 1,000 years ago. Because each was a good government, brought bountiful fruit. When it brought bountiful fruit, the people got
fat.
When they got fat, they got
lazy.
When they got lazy, they began to withdraw themselves and personal responsibility and turn over to government to do for them things which traditionally they had been doing for themselves.
For food, the people got fat. When they got fat, they got lazy. When they got lazy, they began to win themselves as personal responsibility to tell the government to do for them things which traditionally they have been doing for themselves.
I am satisfied with all my heart that if Uncle Sam ever does get whipped, here too, it will have been an inside job. It was internal decay, it was not external attack that destroyed the Roman Empire. Starting about 146 BC, internal conditions in Rome were characterized by a welter of class wars and conflicts, street brawls, corrupt governors, lack of personal integrity and moral responsibility, street brawls, corrupt governors, lack of personal integrity and moral responsibility, street brawls, corrupt governors, lack of personal integrity and moral responsibility, street brawls, corrupt governors, lack of personal integrity and moral responsibility.
Make some noise for Paul Harvey! Good gosh. And bring it back. Alan Watts. This track was debuted, so to speak. Actually, it was debuted here on the stream, of course, but it was, presented into the world as the final track on Stoic Wave 2, Memento Mori, which came out today. That's currently the only place you can get this, which is our revels are now ended. Our revels now are ended. Brackets 24 demo close brackets, which is a kind of work in progress.
Well, the fact that life is transient is part of its liveliness. The poets, in speaking of the transience of the world, always utter their best poetry. You know, our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great earth itself. Fie, all which it inherits will dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a wreck behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is rounded with a sleep. Said so well, it doesn't seem so bad after all, does it? You see, there's always in the poetry of evanescence a kind of funny nostalgia. Moralists will say, those lovely lips we like to kiss today will in a few years rot and disclose the grinning teeth of a skull. So what? The skull says, lying in the grass, chattering finch and waterfly are not merrier than I. Here among the flowers I lie, laughing everlastingly. No, I may not tell the best. Surely, friends, I could have guessed. Death was but the good king's jest. It was hid so carefully.
Our Revels now are ended with Alan Watts' new version. Chad, this mixtape is so awesome. Thanks for dropping it today. Thank you for listening, man. Starkwave 2 Memento Mori mixtape out now. That's on YouTube. Where's that from? Look at it. Look. That's on YouTube. That's what it is. Go to my channel. Gonna view the channel. We're not gonna view the channel. You can see it. Look, there it is. Look, see, Memento Mori. It's very nice.
Monks used to keep skulls on them.
Yeah, anyway, so you can go check that out. And of course, channel members, patrons, and other such supporters of this venture can download that for free. Well, it's not free. You've just supported. It's part of your support, which starts at the $5 a month tier. So if you support Meaningwave at $5 a month on YouTube or Patreon or wherever, you get that download, don't you? Yes, you do. We're going to play New Marcus Aurelius and Akira The Don in probably 5-7 minutes. How about that? Marcus Aurelius emojis in the chat if you hype. Meditations Volume 2.
Governments, if they endure, always tend increasingly towards aristocratic forms. No government in history has been known to evade this pattern. And as the aristocracy develops, government tends more and more to act exclusively in the interests of the ruling class. Whether that class be hereditary royalty, oligarchs of financial empires, or entrenched bureaucracy, all governments suffer a reoccurring problem. Power attracts pathological personalities. It is not that power corrupts, but that it is magnetic, always subordinate to the will of those who administer that machinery. The most important element of government, therefore, is the method of choosing leaders. We should grant power over our affairs only to those who are reluctant to hold it. And then only under conditions that increase the reluctance. Trust no government. Trust no government. Trust no government. Trust no government. Trust no government.
Trust no government. Trust no government.
If there is no enemy, one must be invented. The military force which is denied an external target always turns against its own people.
If you take people and you expose them voluntarily to things that they are avoiding and are afraid of, that they know they
Dune Wave.
in order to meet them
Trust No Government with Danica XIX from the Dune Wave Odyssey LP.
up in the face of the things they're afraid of.
New Marcus Aurelius coming up right after this.
And you don't know what the upper limits to that are, because you might ask yourself, like,
Meaningwave Classic.
10 years if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do. By your own definitions, right, within the value structure that you created, to the degree that you've done that, what would you be like?
What would you be like? What would you be like?
Stop wasting time.
What would you be like? What would you be like? What would you be like?
If you spoke your
What would you be like?
There are remarkable people who come into the world from time to time, and there are people who do find out over decades-long periods what they could be like if they were who they were. If they spoke their being forward. And they get stronger and stronger and stronger, and we don't know the limits to that. We do not know the limits to that. And so you could say, well, in part, perhaps the reason that you're suffering unbearably can be left at your feet, because you're not everything you could be, and you know it. You know it. You know it. Because you're not everything you could be, and you know it. You know it.
like smashing intensifies now.
What would you be like? 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 What would you be like?
And of course, that's a terrible thing to admit, and it's a terrible thing to consider, but there's real promise in it, right? Because it means that perhaps there's another way that you could look at the world and another way that you could act in the world. So what it would reflect back to you would be much better than what it reflects back to you now. Imagine that many people did that. We've done a lot as human beings. We've done remarkable things, and I told you already. Today, for example, about 250,000 people will be lifted out of abject poverty. We're lifting people out of poverty collectively at a faster rate that's ever occurred in the history of humankind by a huge margin. So there's inequality developing in many places, and you hear lots of political agitation about that. But overall, the tide is lifting everyone up, and that's a great thing. We have no idea how fast we can multiply that if people got their act together and really aimed at it. If people got their act together and really aimed at it.
Jocko! What would you be like? What would you be like?
What would you be like?
What would you be like? What would you be like?
Mind
What would you be like? What would you be like?
Stop wasting time.
What would you be like? What would you be like?
If you spoke your mind.
My experience is with people that we're probably running at about 51% of our capacity. I often ask how many hours a day you waste or how many hours a week you waste. The classic answer is something like 4 to 6 hours a day. Inefficient studying, watching things that not only do you not want to watch, that you don't care about, that make you feel horrible about watching after you're done. That's probably 4 hours right there. That's 25 hours a week. It's 100 hours a month. That's 2.5 full work weeks. It's half a a year, and you are doing that right now. And so if your life isn't everything it could be, you could ask yourself, what would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you? You'd be, who knows how much more efficient? 10 times more efficient, 20 times more efficient. You have no idea how efficient people get. It's completely, it's off the chart. What would you be like?
What would you be like? Hey, what would you be like? 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 Earth, go, hey, go.
Well, and if we all got our act together collectively and stop making things worse, it's another thing people do all the time. Not only do they not do what they should to make things better, they actively attempt to make things worse because they're spiteful or resentful or arrogant or deceitful or homicidal or genocidal or all of those things all bundled together in an absolutely pathological package. Pathological package. Pathological package. If people stop really trying just to make things worse, we have no idea how much better they would get just because of that. So you might say, well, what would happen if you abided by your conscience for 5 years? What sort of position might you be in? What would you be like? Go! What would you be like? If you stop wasting time. What would you be like? What would you be like? Aye. What would you be like? Aye. Aye. What would you be like? 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 What would you be like? What would you be like? Yeah. What would you be like?
What would you be like? Oh my goodness. What would you be like with Jordan B. Peterson? Bruh. 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 Big Bad Wolf, when it came out, I was intensely inspired. I wasn't really into MOZ chats, but I was an Akira The Don fan. Yo, it's the right thing, man. Most people don't know this exists. Most people have no clue. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people listen to this music every month. They have no idea that we be here every night getting down. Imagine that. I mean, how did you find out? How did you feel when you discovered it? We are glad you joined the chat party, says Sheila. Man's best chat ever. True, says Shecky. Stop eating sugar, says Nightbar. Are you ready for that new Marcus Aurelius? Marcus Aurelius emojis in the chat. En masse, en masse. If you are listo. Listo! Listo! That's Mexican for ready. What would you be like? What would you be like? Casey, I don't usually do lives, but this is so much different. Demolition Daddy, life-changing discovery. God's here. Hype! Hype!
If you discover in life anything better than justice, self-control, truth and courage in this life. Anything better than a mind satisfied. They succeeded in enabling you to a crushing audience, satisfied to accept what's beyond his control. If you discover in life anything better than justice, don't let go.
Good gosh. Good gosh. Brand new from Akira The Don with his favorite ghostwriter Marcus Aurelius. Pete Parada on drums.
If you discover in life anything better than justice, self-control, truth and courage in this life, anything better than a mind satisfied. They succeeded in enabling you to a crushing audience, satisfied to accept what's beyond his control. If you discover in life better than justice, don't let go. If you find anything better than that, embrace it without reservations, enjoy it to the full. But if nothing higher is revealed than the very divinity that's within you, the thing that's subjected itself to all your appetites, examines all your thoughts, as Socrates used to say. Detach yourself from sense and submit it to the gods and cares for all mankind. And if you find there's nothing of greater value than this, you look for nothing else, for anything that might lead you astray, might tempt you off the path and leave you unable to devote yourself completely to achieving the honor, the goodness that is uniquely yours. It would be wrong for anything to stand in the way. The applause of the crowd, be your power, be your pleasure, all might seem to be compatible with it for a while, but suddenly they control us and sweep us away. If we discover in life anything better than justice, self-control, truth and courage in this life, anything better than a mind satisfied. They succeeded in enabling you to a crushing audience, satisfied to accept what's beyond his control. If you discover in life anything better than justice, don't let go. So I say simply of your own free will, pick the better and stick to it. And what's best is for the better, for that's what benefits me as a rational being, as a rational being. But as an animal, just say so and stand your ground without making a show. Just make sure you make a choice that won't betray you. Discovering life, anything better than justice, self-control, truth and courage in this life, anything better than a mind satisfied. They succeeded in enabling you to a crashing audience, satisfied to accept what's beyond his control. If you discover it, discover better than justice, don't let go, don't let go.
Hey yo! Order Max emojis in the chat. Blood. Amanda Dancers, what's up? Make that chat good. Green and mud. Boom! Don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Better Than Justice. It's track 6 on Meditations Volume 2. Pete Parada, formerly of The Offspring, now of The Defiant, on drums. Lyrics ghost written by the immortal Marcus Aurelius. Intensity over 9,000, says Caroline H. It's true. Oh yeah, cool 8 guy from Amanda Dances who just turned that track. Great! With a powerful 5 subs dropped like nukes. Yo. Go green chat. Exactly. Energy. Bump. 1,000 Max Aurelius emojis. What an absolute banger, says the God tier. That's right, that's right, that's right. In the words of Back and Turner Overdrive, you ain't heard nothing yet. You ain't heard nothing yet, but you have now heard that. And, you know, you all have been waiting patiently a long time for the dawning of this moment. Walking More Poet says, and that's just one track by the gods. Just one. Just one. You know, of a fucking treasure trove of glory. Absolute glory. Like, I cannot understate that enough. Or overstate that. I cannot overstate that enough. Glory! Glory! Hold tight for an email, communication, blog post with the release dates of everything. Let me just check. I should have the final mixes for The Strangest Secret in the World in... Yes. Booyah! James Miller Attack just emailed me just now. Booyah! Just shared the photo with you. Let me know that they all passed the beach test. I'll get you instrumentals, acapellas, etc. Glory, I do the beach test. Just one last time with the album, I'll walk to the beach and listen to it. So I'll be walking to the beach tomorrow morning to listen to The Strangest Secret in the World one last time. I've already done that with Meditations 2. And then I'll come back and announce, I'll have Jason do the DSP uploading stuff. I've already done the artwork. And we will have dates for the forthcoming season of singles, albums. That was the, by the way, with that beat just then, that was the demo version of the beat that would become that Burton Bradley song. If you want a thing bad enough, go out and fight for it. You know what I mean? Daniel says, my name is Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. Walking More Poets is absolute glory. Exactly. Absolute glory. That's what you get. You know what I mean? You get what you get and you don't get upset because what you get is absolute glory. And with that being said, it's time for me to get out of here. That went fast. A regular stream goes fast when you're fresh off a 9-hour. You know what I mean? You could do a glory emoji, says Sheila. That's a good point, Sheila. That's a good point. Glory is good. Glory, the point of emojis is to be able to express things that mere words cannot always do. You can't always just spam the word glory, but if you had a good glory emoji, you could spam that. Bad Buddha 93 says total masterpiece. God bless. Caroline H says my name is H. Bad Buddha says what a show. Yo, we back in space, baby. Did you enjoy it? Is it good to be back in space? Do you like it? We're going to be in so many places. We now have the good ship Wave Rider back. We're going to be traveling all over the place, baby. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful, you know, it's beautiful in general. I got lights attached to my desk. You see this, right? I got light attached to my desk. That's how gassed up shit is over here. Let me put that back. It's messing up the spaceship. Get back over there. Oh, that's kind of cool, though. I kind of like holding a light. That's a good thing to be able to do. Anyway, shouts out to everybody locked in. It's great to be back in space, baby, says Bad Buddha. What's up, medieval media space? Space. Beautiful. Yeah, anyway, thank you all for being here. I got to bounce. Do me a favor, kick the like in the nuts on the way out. Leave a comment. And head on over to meaningwave.com. They're our sponsor. Oh, yeah, and check out the new mixtape if you haven't checked it out yet. Stoic Wave, Volume 2, Memento Mori. Stoic Wave 2, Memento Mori. Not Meditations Volume 2, as some people thought, and we're a bit sad, but then happy because Memento Mori is really great. And Yeah, don't forget to check out our sponsor, meaningwave.com. Happiness being a side effect of meaning and all that. And if you want to support Meaningwave, you could always hit resources and support Meaningwave. And there's some links on there. There's a PayPal and a Patreon and a Bitcoin and an ETH and a Venmo and a Kashab. And, there's always the blog section as well, which will tell you where things have been. There should be a blog for 500, even though it's not public, because there should. I'll make a note of that. Anyway, love to you and your family. See you all mañana. We're going to be back with some epic activities like only we can do, like only exist here in this very, 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 very special space, the Meaningstream. Yeah, this is every day now, Casey. We back on that everyday thing. Ain't it good? Ain't it beautiful? Ain't it beautiful? You know what I mean? God bless.